Men versus women, a world of differences, a world of similarities. Hey everyone, Ellen here. Today, let's talk about something we all know and love. The differences between men and women. You know, those things that make us laugh, scratch our heads, and sometimes even drive each other a little crazy. From how we behave to the things we love to do, men and women often seem like they're from different planets. But here's the thing, amidst all those hilarious and sometimes head-scratching differences, there's also a whole lot of common ground. We might shop for different things or unwind in different ways, but at the end of the day, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy thing called life. So, get ready for some laughs, some aha moments, and maybe even a few surprises as we dive into the fascinating world of gender differences and similarities. Let's get started. He said, she said, unpacking behavioral differences. All right, let's start with the basics, how men and women behave. Now, I'm not talking about any hard and fast rules here, just some general observations that might ring a bell. Men, for instance, are often stereotyped as being more direct in their communication. They say what they mean, and they mean what they say. Women, on the other hand, are often said to be more nuanced in their communication, relying on subtle cues and body language. It's like we speak different languages sometimes. And when it comes to expressing emotions, men are often portrayed as being less emotional than women. They might bottle things up, while women are more likely to wear their hearts on their sleeves. Of course, this isn't always the case, but it's a common perception. Work hard, play hard, different approaches to life. Now, let's talk about lifestyles. When it comes to work-life balance, men and women often have different priorities and approaches. Men traditionally have been more focused on their careers, putting in long hours and striving for that corner office. Women, on the other hand, often face the challenge of juggling work with family responsibilities. They might be the primary caregivers for children or aging parents, which can make it tough to climb the corporate ladder. And when it comes to hobbies and social activities, men and women often gravitate towards different things. Men might enjoy watching sports, playing video games, or tinkering with cars, while women might prefer activities like shopping, going to the spa, or spending time with friends. Retail therapy versus saving for a rainy day spending habits decoded. Let's be honest, folks, one of the biggest differences between men and women is how we spend our hard-earned cash. It's like we have different financial DNA or something. Women, we love to shop. It's in our blood, whether it's clothes, shoes, or that cute little trinket we just had to have. We're not afraid to treat ourselves. Men, on the other hand, tend to be more practical with their spending. They're more likely to save up for big-ticket items like cars, gadgets, or that big-screen TV they've been eyeing. And when it comes to entertainment, men might be more likely to splurge on things like sporting events or concerts, while women might prefer a nice dinner out with friends or a Broadway show. Section 5. Similarities in a sea of differences, common ground between genders. Okay, we've talked a lot about the differences between men and women, but let's not forget about the things we have in common. Believe it or not, men and women actually share a lot of the same values and aspirations. We both value love, family, and friendship. We want to be successful in our careers and make a difference in the world. And we all crave those moments of joy, laughter, and connection that make life so special. And guess what? When it comes to spending, both men and women prioritize experiences over material possessions. We'd rather create lasting memories with loved ones than accumulate a bunch of stuff. So, while we might have our differences, it's important to remember that we're all human beings with the same basic needs and desires. Section 6, nature versus nurture, unraveling the why behind the differences. Now you might be wondering, Ellen, why are men and women so different? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Experts believe it's a combination of nature and nurture. On the nature side, we have biological differences. Men and women have different hormones which can influence our behavior and preferences. For example, testosterone, which is more prevalent in men, is linked to aggression and competitiveness. But nurture plays a huge role too. From the moment we're born, we're bombarded with messages about what it means to be a man or a woman. Boys are given trucks and action figures, while girls get dolls and tea sets. These societal expectations shape our beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors throughout our lives. Section 7. The impact of gender roles on lifestyle and spending. So these gender roles that we're taught from a young age have a big impact on our lifestyle choices and spending habits. Men, traditionally seen as the breadwinners, might feel pressure to work long hours and prioritize their careers. This can lead to stress, burnout, and even health problems. Women, on the other hand, are often expected to be the caregivers, which can be incredibly rewarding but also demanding. This can make it challenging to pursue their own career ambitions or find time for self-care. And when it comes to spending, men might feel pressure to maintain a certain image of masculinity. They might splurge on expensive cars or gadgets as a way to assert their status. Women, meanwhile, are bombarded with messages about beauty and fashion, which can lead to overspending on clothes, makeup, and beauty products. Section 8, embracing differences, celebrating similarities. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Well, first of all, men and women are different, and that's okay. We shouldn't try to erase those differences or pretend they don't exist. Instead, let's embrace and celebrate what makes us unique. Let's appreciate the strengths and perspectives that each gender brings to the table. But let's also challenge those outdated gender roles that limit our potential. Let's encourage boys to express their emotions and girls to pursue their dreams, whatever they may be. And when it comes to spending, let's be mindful of the messages we're bombarded with and make conscious choices that align with our values. Section 9, moving beyond stereotypes, a future of understanding. As we move forward, let's strive to create a world where gender is no longer a barrier to opportunity or fulfillment. Let's teach our children that they can be anything they want to be, regardless of their gender. Let's have open and honest conversations about the challenges and triumphs of being a man or a woman in today's society. And most importantly, let's treat each other with respect, empathy, and understanding. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Thanks for listening, everybody. And remember, be kind to one another.